guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee Dee. Here on YouTube, I talk about nursing, I talk about curly hair, and I just make lifestyle videos in general. If that is something that you're interested in, then please make sure to subscribe. So today I'm going to be talking about how I studied through nursing school and how I passed the Nclex in 75 questions. I know that things are different now with, what's going on outside, the pandemic. I'm not entirely sure how the schools are running right now. I know I have a younger sister who is, she's 14 and she is in high school and she's doing hybrid. So she's going half-half. So I don't know what nursing school is like right now for the adults in college. Let me know how it is in your school right now. But obviously, when I went to school, it was not during the pandemic. I've been a nurse for 3.5 years now. And this is how I studied. If you're interested, then keep on watching. At first, in my first semester, I used flashcards. I did okay, but it was fundamentals, okay? Then, when we got into the harder stuff, I noticed that I wasn't doing so well because I was doing a lot of memorization. I wasn't doing application. And the big thing with nursing is that you need to learn how to apply the knowledge that you learn. You can't just spit it out, if that makes sense. What I started to do was I really took a liking to concept maps. I'll try to see if I can insert a clip of a concept map. I have an actual concept map. I think I have a couple of pictures of my own concept maps from 3 years ago when I was a student. Actually, it's almost 4 years now. My gosh, time is flying. Concept maps do is just, it looks at the bigger picture. You're learning about asthma, for example. You'll have, like, what I did was draw or write the word asthma, and then I would write down what the causes are, what the symptoms are, what we do as a nurse, and what we'd alert the doctor about, and what kind of medications too. So I'm a very big visual learner, so this really helped me to study. So with the concept maps, I recorded my lectures. So with recording my lectures, I would record the entire lecture, and then I would allot myself some time to sit down and study. I would listen to the recording and write down, and you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I would write down, I would take my slides. So I would take my slides, and I had a binder, and in my binder was the class slides for the week. I would grab my binder, have my slides, put on my earbuds, and listen to the lecture with my slides. Next to the slide, I would write down whatever the teacher said. Because a lot of the times, whatever your teacher is saying is going to be on the exam.
I should also say by recording, I was able to learn a lot more than I was in class, because even though you're in the class and you're listening, you're not hearing everything because you're thinking about what you're going to have for lunch. You're thinking about what you're going to do after class. You're thinking about the next show you're going to watch. Like, your mind wanders after, I think they said it was like 20 minutes. So recording really helped me, pick up on things that I missed while my mind was wandering.
So if my teacher said, if my teacher repeated something, 9 times out of 10, when she repeated something, it was on the exam. So I made sure that if she ever repeated something, I highlighted it and I wrote it down. And when I was done listening to my recording, I would take my slides, and then I would make a concept map, and then I would write all the stuff that was, relative to the concept map. Then I would also write whatever my teacher said underneath, and I would highlight that because I'm like, this is very important, okay? Because she's repeated it so many times, it's gonna be on the test, okay? So once I started doing that, I saw a great improvement in my exam taking and in my exams in general. How I studied was I never really read the chapters. I only skimmed whatever was relevant to the topic. So if you go in a nursing book, it's like this thick. There's no way you're gonna know all that information. They're not expecting you to know all of this information. And I will tell you right now, as a registered nurse right now for 3 years, I do not know everything. If I do not know something, I look it up, okay? I know a great knowledge of things.
I should add that a lot of the things that I know, it's because of experience. I do obviously have a background, but you learn as you go, and nursing school is just a foundation. You will learn so much on the floor.
I need to know it in order to keep my patients safe and to do my job, but I am not knowledgeable in every single thing. I would take my binder full of concept maps at this time. I would get rid of the slides. I would look at my pretty concept maps. So what I found really helpful was making my concept maps very nice to look at. So I bought myself some markers. I drew whatever I could find on Pinterest that helped me learn the stuff. Like I said, I'm a very visual learner. That's how I studied. If I couldn't grasp the topic that we were learning about, I would watch some videos on YouTube. Some of the channels I watched were Registered Nurse RN. I also watched Michael Linares and watched the Osmosis channel. I also bought some books called Incredibly Easy. So they make a series books on the topics that you're learning about, and it makes it incredibly easy to learn. So those help a lot. And then I also had, gosh, I forget the name of the book, but I'll insert a picture here. So this is the book I was talking about, the Saunders Comprehensive Review, the Nclex exam by Linda Ann Silvestri. And this is the 6th edition, so it's probably really old. It has like all these different, like everything that you need to learn. And let's just open a random page. This is the, let's not do this one. Gastrointestinal. So these are the questions that you can, quiz yourself on. Excuse my nails, oh my gosh. So it's nice because it's got like nice visuals in there. And like I said, it's bullet points. Kind of just gives you what you need to know. And like, oh, I highlighted this. Yeah, so this really helped me during nursing school. I didn't really pay attention to this while I was actually studying for my Nclex, which is funny because it's meant for that, but I actually didn't even use this. I used UWORLD and I used ATI, and I passed in 75 questions. So I think this is worth it if you're in nursing school. I think this will really help you during nursing school. And then also the Incredibly Easy series. That one had a lot of questions in the back. So what the book did was it would just kind of break down and give you bullet points on what the topic was. I didn't give you any, oh no, it's nice outside, now I see bugs. Break down the topics in easy bullet points. My school did ATI, so they gave us ATI books, and ATI was kind of set up the same way as that other book I talked about. ATI books were kind of like straight to the point, and they also had questions at the end that you could quiz yourself with. So that's what I did to help me pass and help me through nursing school. I noticed that if I studied too much, or if I took the entire day to just study, I became overwhelmed and I didn't do as well. Guys, make sure that you are resting and that you are just, learning what you need to learn. Make sure that you quiz yourself as often as you can, but don't stress yourself.
And I only studied in 20-minute increments. Like I said earlier, your mind tends to wander after 20 minutes, so I didn't do any longer than 20 minutes. And then I would also have a few snacks, brain healthy snacks. I did some research and I learned that I guess blueberries and dark chocolate helps with learning and retention. I don't know how true it is, but it was a nice healthy snack when I was studying. So yeah, I forgot to add that I did a lot of positive self-talk, and I told myself I was going to be the greatest nurse ever and my patients would be so grateful for me. I was speaking it into an existence, and I was telling myself I would be a nurse and I'd be a great one. So just do some positive self-talk. You have gotten this far. You are smart. You are going to pass. If it helps, I also recommend praying to whoever you believe in. I prayed to my God, and I said a little prayer before my exams.
You know this information. They prepare you very well. I will let you guys know this, as I'm speaking for myself anyway, and I've heard the same thing from other people, but nursing school is harder than Nclex. Nursing school's quizzes, at least from my school, their tests and their quizzes or whatever were so much more complicated than the Nclex. I actually passed my Nclex in 75 questions. I was like zooming through the questions. I was like, this is so not hard. Like, I was so prepared. I was so nervous, guys. Like, I was like having a full-on anxiety attack. So I was like, oh, I can't do this. I was actually in the ER because I had like an anxiety attack, like no joke. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm all about mental health over here on my channel. What I studied for the Nclex was I just did UWORLD. I studied on UWORLD. Like, whenever I had a chance, I would do about 100 questions a day. I finished the whole program and it told me I was ready. I also did ATI. ATI was a little harder than UWORLD, but UWORLD was nicer because UWORLD was set up like the Nclex is. So when you sit down for the Nclex, it's like you're doing your UWORLD. You're not unfamiliar with the setup. I also did Nclex Mastery whenever I didn't do UWORLDs. Like, I remember it was the summertime, I was studying for my Nclex, and my husband, my fiance at the time, but my husband now, he was like, you want to go to the beach? And I was like, I have to study. And then he was like, come on, Didi, like, it's just for a few hours, like, you need to relax. And he was right. And I did Nclex Mastery questions on the way to the beach and on the way from the beach. I actually used Nclex Mastery 2 before even taking my Nclex during nursing school every so often. Those questions sometimes get recycled onto your exams. Don't tell them I said that, but yeah, so that's how I studied and that's how I got through nursing school. Let me know if you guys have any questions on certain topics or how to get through certain topics. Let me know how you have been dealing with nursing school. If you are in nursing school right now, you're a nursing student through this pandemic. I know it's hard, but we need you. And thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.